Palm Jumeirah was an ambitious project launched by the government of Dubai in 2001. While it gets plenty of attention for its unique shape, it's made up of a trunk, crescent, and 16 fronds from a palm tree. Its absolutely massive size is often underestimated. The man-made island is 5 kilometers, that's 3.2 miles in case you were wondering, long, and the crescent surrounding it is about 16.9 kilometers, 10.5 miles long. Altogether, it covers 560 hectares of land, and you can easily spot it from space. It connects to Dubai thanks to a 1.4-kilometer bridge, and you can access the island with a monorail that transports over 20,000 passengers each day, or through the Palm Jumeirah Tunnel, an underground 6-lane bridge. Altogether, the development and creation of the island ended up costing $12 billion. But the innovative ideas that went into making this unique paradise are worth every penny. The architectural design of Palm Jumeirah Island came from Hellman Hurley Sharbat Peacock, HHCP, a celebrated U.S. firm that designed famous theme parks like SeaWorld and Universal Studio. Over 100 studies were conducted to examine the entire scope of the project and see if such big ideas were really possible. Expert divers were sent to explore the rock formations and seabed, while a GPS was placed into space at a height of about 676 kilometers, 420.8 miles, to ensure the accuracy of the palm-like shape. To make the island feel as real as possible, and to not disturb the surrounding ecosystem, it was constructed of real sand, rocks, and trees. An incredible 94 million cubic meters of sand was brought from the seabed, while 7 million tons of rocks were obtained from the Hajar Mountains and used to construct the base. Over 12,000 trees were grown in a nursery to be planted on the island once the structure was finished, and a technique called vibrocompaction was used to make the soil particles denser so they could withstand construction. These concepts are making my brain hurt, by the way. Surprisingly, no steel or concrete was used whatsoever during the island's creation. As if all this construction and planning wasn't complicated enough, the developers also had to worry about protecting the island and the residents from storms and typhoons. So they decided to build breakwaters to shield the island. A combination of geotextile fiber and sand with small and medium rocks were placed to make these protective structures. They were formed into a shield under the crescent to defend Palm and its buildings. Working with incredible speed and accuracy, the Palm ended up taking only 6 years to complete. Most of the properties sold out while construction was still in progress, and by 2007, over 75% of properties were immediately handed over to their new owners. By the end of that year, 500 families were already settled in and living in Palm Jumeirah. But what exactly does living or even vacationing on Palm look like? Well, let's consider the billions of dollars that went into constructing the land's gorgeous buildings. By 2011, Palm Jumeirah featured about 32 luxury hotels that could accommodate over 25,000 guests, and there were about 60,000 residents in villas and apartments. Altogether, these buildings are worth more than $30 billion. With that kind of money dedicated to construction, it's no wonder each building feels like a luxurious and opulent resort. Every single one has water views, and most of them even have their own private beaches. Let's take a look at some of the best places to stay. The most famous of the hotels is a sprawling $1.5 billion resort called Atlantis. It has its own water park and underwater aquarium. The Palm's richest guests often stay in the iconic Royal Bridge Suite, which will set you back a cool $25,000 per night. Another popular stay is one and only the Palm. It's made up of beachside mansions and 2-story villas with private pools. It's one of the most luxurious hotels on the island, but you can grab a small room for a base price of AED $3,000 per night or $816 US. Jumeirah Zabil Saray is one of the best resorts for perfect vacation vibes and ocean views. It comes complete with private beaches and has some of the best nightlife, including places like the Crown, Amala and Club Lounge. You can grab a small room and 1 bed for AED $1,000 per night or $272 US. For the same minimum price, you can also stay at Anantara, the Palm Dubai Resort. This hotel has 400 meters of pristine beaches and offers some of the best boating experiences on the island. There are also tons of sea view apartments for rent if you want to make your stay a long one. The most expensive rentals of these fairly modest apartments are around AED $400,000 per year, or about $109,000 US. But as the name suggests, each unit offers you gorgeous views of the water right outside your window. There's also plenty of apartments for sale, but even the cheapest units will cost you at least AED $650,000, which is about $177,000 US dollars. The most expensive luxury units feature things like balconies with the best unobstructed views and floor-to-ceiling windows, and they can cost as much as AED $58 million or $15.8 million US dollars. But the real property showstoppers on Palm Jumeirah are the villas. The price for a villa starts at AED $3.5 million, which is $953,000 US dollars. They're located on the Fonz and each comes with its own private beach. They also have their own pools and jacuzzis and feature floor-to-ceiling windows, balconies, home spas, and private gyms. Even though everything you need is already provided for you in your luxury apartment or sprawling beachside villa, there are plenty of reasons to leave your home and explore what else the island has to offer. The boardwalk is one of the island's best spots, and a lot of thought went into constructing it and deciding on the perfect place for it. It's a long path that stretches along the outer crescent and offers visitors an amazing impression of the Palm. For shopping, you could always visit the Golden Mile Galleria. It's the most popular shopping and dining destination on the island, where you can choose from a variety of international cuisine. There's Italian, Middle Eastern, French, Japanese, and plenty of others, ranging from cheap options to five-star dining. You could also check out The Point by Nikhil, another shopping mall located across from the Atlantis Hotel. It features one of the biggest fountains in the world, where you can attend a spectacular light and water show. The fountain cost a whopping $18 million to construct, while the shopping mall itself costs $217 million. You could also visit one of the most beautiful mosques in the world, the Abdul Rahman Sadiq Mosque. It's the only mosque on Palm, and it costs about $5.7 million to build. Palm Jumeirah is also really popular for celebrity tourism, but that's not really surprising given the island's extravagance. David Beckham once owned a villa here, while Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan has a 6-bedroom beachside mansion. The Kardashians, Priyanka Chopra, and Robert De Niro are just a few of the celebrities known to frequently visit the island on vacation. With the incredible success of Palm Jumeirah, Dubai has even tried to recreate it. The Palm was originally part of a 3-island project. The other 2 islands are Palm Jebel Ali and Palm Deira, and the plan was to make them much bigger than the first island. But there's been a few problems. Construction has been pushed back over the years due to budget constraints and a financial crisis. Developers aren't sure when these islands will be finished, or if they're able to finish them at all. Developers are now talking about turning these islands into 4 smaller private islands instead. Palm Deira has been rebranded as Deira Islands, and it's expected to be home of 2 high-rise buildings and a long shopping street, while Palm Jebel Ali might never be made at all. The future of these projects is still unknown, but with Palm Jumeirah still booming, it's likely not the complete end of the Palm projects in Dubai.